You are now entering Video Village.
Performing tonight, legendary knife thrower Virgil Valentine.
What, like with the wheel?
No. She took the kids this time. Let's go!
Coming up,
Jordan reviews Chainsaw Man the movie, REZE ARC.
Sam reviews Keeper, Urchin, and Wicked for Good.
And we both review Train Dreams,
I Swear,
A Man on the Inside Season 2,
Predator Badlands,
The Last Frontier,
Blue Moon,
The Chair Company,
and Bugonia.
We're going to begin with the Sam's Lexicentre.
It's time. Sam, Lexicentre. Definition.
So, this is the inability to accurately estimate time, or more colloquially, a proclivity for lateness. A sufferer would be distemporal. So that's what you've got.
What you I was going to say, what you can't see, audience, is Sam glaring at me through this whole explanation.
Yeah, basically.
I don't have as much time as everyone else. I don't know.
That's not how it works.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, no, it's there is like a phrase like dyschrona something.
Okay.
But that's like a neurological, you can't tell, like...
Oh, it's like beat deafness where you can't perceive
basically,
rhythm.
yeah.
Okay.
This is more colloquial. This is just people who are late a lot.
Right.
So yeah, dyslexic, dyscalculus, distempora, distemporal. Speaking of your oddities...
Oh, here we go.
Chainsaw Man, the movie, REZE ARC?
Yes.
Okay. I tried. Okay?
Well, how far did you get, out of curiosity?
15, 20 minutes?
Okay. Did you get to, like, the movie marathon scene?
Yeah.
Okay.
Possibly.
Okay.
Why do you ask about
Oh,
that?
no, I guess that's just, like, the one part of the film where it's like, oh, I guess that would have been nice for Sam to see.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. I think that's vaguely familiar to me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not for me, you know.
Yeah,
this
well,
type
it's
of
anime
is not for me.
Yeah. No, this film is, I think, kryptonite to anyone that doesn't like anime.
It's not a gateway to anime.
It most certainly isn't, no.
Yeah, I can testify. There are two anime films I like.
Okay.
Oh, particularly like.
Yeah.
And that is Spirited Away
and
Grave of the Fireflies.
Okay.
So I'm the perfect judge to say they are good gateway to anime films because I like them. Unfortunately, I don't like anything else past the gate.
They're obviously not, because they haven't functioned as a gateway to you.
No,
you saw those two and went, it's just those two.
But I can say that if you're not an anime fan, you might like those films.
Okay.
Which might lead you into more anime. Or you might be like me, we go, yeah, actually that was it.
Okay.
I mean, My Neighbor Totoro, this...
Yeah.
But no, I'm not, this type of anime especially to me is just... I got 5 minutes to I was like, yeah, it's just that, isn't it? It's just that again. It's that. And then they brood. It's all that.
Okay.
Right?
Sure. So, Chainsaw Man, the movie, REZE ARC.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Part 2, Lord of the Sith, Revenge of the Rings.
Right, exactly.
And a half. Electric Boogaloo.
A Lost Hope.
This is, this is Japanese, therefore it's adapted from a manga.
Yeah.
Because what is everything Japanese if not adapted from a manga?
Either adapted from a manga or borderline Orwellian, not borderline, Orwellian torture schemes that is called reality television.
Yeah.
That's the two Japanese
A bizarre fusion of one's fetishes and nightmares.
Yes.
Is Japan.
There is a fine line.
There is a very fine line. Which
between fetish and nightmare.
I think even they are like, ooh, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, they're navigating with abandon. they're hopping like, now I'm in Mexico, now I'm in America, now I'm in Mexico. That's what they're doing.
Right.
Yes. Or maybe now I'm in North Korea would be more apt.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah,
this is based on a manga. The first bit of the manga was adapted into a TV series in 2022. Mm-hmm. That was Chainsaw Man Series 1. Mm. Now the next arc of the manga was adapted into this film. I don't know what the plan is going forward, whether we're going to get more seasons of TV or whether we're going to get more films. Mm-hmm. I kind of prefer it as a film I'll be honest. Like, I think I prefer having like a 90-minute film to a, what would it be, like 240-minute anime series.
I would also prefer that.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot less faff for one thing.
Yeah, anime known for its faff.
It is known for it. There's
Is it though? I don't. It's hard to tell them. Like, is that all that stuff? Is that fat? Is that like, oh yeah, that's just like the action stuff that detracts from the through line, or is that no? That's what anime is. Like, it's all that.
I was thinking more around like the episodes which are just building up to a battle.
Oh, there are episodes that do that. I thought anime was a battle.
No. They do spend some time not doing the battle quite yet.
Okay.
There's actually a film that I watched earlier this year that I didn't bother reviewing, partially because I didn't have much to say about it, but partially because I've kind of already reviewed it.
Okay.
And that was Kaiju number 8 Rescue Mission.
Yeah, I see those come out every now and again.
Yeah, well, that was basically just before the second series came out. They did like a compilation of like bits of the first season and kind of put it into like a film format.
Right.
And then I think there was a little bit at the end that was original. But it was
that and Demon Train. Those are the two that I keep seeing. Either new films or re-release.
Demon Slayer? Or
Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Mugen Train or something is one of the films,
I'm
right?
not sure about that.
Yeah, something Train.
Jujutsu Kaisen maybe is
That's
one as
one.
well.
Yeah, that's another one.
There's a few that came out
Maybe that
recently.
was the train one. There's one that has a subtitle involving a train.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't
Everything you like.
Well, I didn't see those. But yeah, I saw Kaiju number 8, which it was kind of pointless because, like I said, I'd seen the first season, and so I'd literally seen a lot of that film. But what I found interesting about it was what they themselves considered to be faff.
Right.
Because there's a lot of stuff they had to cut because the running time was much
I love it when you're
shorter.
watching a show and it's previously on blah blah, and it's the first 2 episodes and then nothing that happened in the last 10. You're like, great.
Yeah.
So you've wasted 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in that as well, there's what I remember being a pretty good fight from the first season, which is omitted from the film in its entirety. Imagine because it's not plot relevant.
Okay.
And I think there are even entire like characters which are basically skirted over.
Okay. Yeah, that feels. I mean, what do you watch? What are anime fans like? They like the aesthetic, right?
Yeah.
It's not about the plot. I'm sure there are some that do.
No, I think
it's about you want to revel in that vibe and you want those big battles and.
I think it depends because I don't think Death Note is known for its big battles. I could be wrong, but I think
I have no idea.
I remember
Which
Death
one?
Note. Yeah, well, I remember like the original Death Note being touted as like, it's a more kind of, for lack of a better word, intellectual anime.
Okay.
Because it's more about, there's a very, very finite, specific set of rules.
Yeah. It's
like,
it's more a little bit more grounded than your typical anime.
Yeah.
More conservative.
It might even be something that like you would resonate with a little bit in the sense that you've got like there are these books called Death Notes. You write someone's name in it and they die in the method.
I know.
So the show is basically exploring like the parameters of that.
Right, testing the rules. And, yeah. Like I always do with you and food.
Sure. Yeah. You'd think you'd have learned by now.
You'd think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alas. But anyway, so it was interesting.
What do you call me?
It's interesting watching Kaiju number 8 going, all right, so not even you thought that was relevant. Okay.
Right.
I haven't read the manga, so I don't know how much has been cut from this. I don't know how faithful it was. One interesting thing I did find about it, pacing-wise, though, is that this is basically a film of 2 halves. So the first half of the film is almost all just like character work, I guess. Just people living their lives and like introducing characters and setting up relationship dynamics. And then the second half is all fights.
Right.
Perhaps even just the same fight for the whole second half of the film. There's actually a little moment which I choose to believe was an intentional piece of symbolism.
Right.
Where, basically the film is about this main character called Denji, who is like, he's forged a contract with the Chainsaw Demon because he was killed by demons or devils. But then the Chainsaw Devil brought him back to life and now functions as his heart.
Right.
So he can now, there's a ripcord on his chest, he pulls it, he turns into chainsaws, he is the Chainsaw Man.
Got it.
He kills all the devils, and he's part of this organisation which hunt devils.
Okay.
The leader of that organisation, or higher up anyway, is this girl who's basically kind of seduced him, and it's like, if you work for me and do what I tell you, you can do whatever you want to me, basically.
Sure.
Because especially
Fucking Japanese, man.
Well, the first half of Chainsaw Man season 1, it's a very like, because it's about like the 16-year-old boy who hasn't really spent his life around people, being confronted with the possibility of having sex for the first time and like touching boobs for the first time.
Right.
So there's a lot of that in there, which I wasn't quite expecting.
Okay, you weren't? For Japanese?
No, I didn't expect it to be so... Given like the praise that had been levied at it,
Right.
I just thought it was going to be just like a very competent like action show.
Okay.
But there's a lot of him just like ooh, I get to touch boobs and stuff.
Okay.
But then there's a moment in the season where that very much stops happening.
Like if you were to write a modern book on Japan, like a biography on Japan, it would be Japan, the myth of the boob. You could call it. Yeah, I don't think Japanese men really know, other than their own.
Yeah.
I don't think they really know what that is.
Right. Okay. But yeah, so we pick up in the film, and like he's still part of the organization, but he meets this girl called REZE, who is like she just instantly likes him, and she finds him very funny, and she thinks he's very smart, and she just loves being around him.
She's a siren,
and
is she?
How much more do I need to tell you before you guess what the twist is?
I got it. Yeah,
exactly. Well, the twist happens. She reveals her nefarious intentions. I mean, she does that by they're like kissing underneath these fireworks. She bites off his tongue.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
Yeah. So that was like, oh, it's like the film's going, the time for talk is over now. Because after that point...
Is that the symbolism you were talking about?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
It is literally just all fighting. Like, there's, like they shout Japanese stuff at each other.
Yeah.
You know, like, like fight move names and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, it's like, right, now we fight.
Okay.
You know? But I thought that was interesting that it was like literally half and half rather than mixing the two. Because in the first half, there are scenes that could comfortably contain an action scene that just don't.
Okay.
So yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting, pacing wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, like obviously the second half, with all of the action, it is well done, but it is very noisy. It's a very noisy film once it gets going, which is kind of why I said it's kryptonite to people that don't like anime, because I can imagine it could be overwhelming for people.
Yes.
Although I went to see this in the cinema. It's the first anime I've seen in the cinema.
Okay.
And there was like this elderly couple that walked in just as the film was starting.
Right.
And there was a part of me that was like, well, they're not staying till the end. They can't possibly know what they just walked into. But they did.
They must have been academics.
It's very, very cultured people. In a very specific part of
just
culture.
like the cinematic equivalent of a zoo.
Oh, right. Okay.
Studied specimens.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God, there are people that like this, you know? But yeah, despite all of that, like the stuff that I kind of liked about the first season of Chainsaw Man and this as well, is that it seems to be capable of having its quieter moments as well. And I'm not saying that like, oh, no other anime accomplishes that. Not many that I've seen.
Yeah. No, I just you know what I like about Chainsaw Man? The quiet moments.
Which sounds ridiculous, but like...
No,
I mean,
it's, you know...
That's the stuff that is going to get advertised, like front and center. It's like, look at this man made of chainsaws riding a shark through a sentient tornado as the city gets torn apart.
A sentient tornado?
Yes, and a woman made of explosions is fighting him.
Of explosions.
That's the stuff that people are like going to the film to see. But there are there's a moment before REZE kind of reveals her nefarious intentions, where she kind of takes Denji to this school, like in the middle of the night, and they both get into the pool together, skinny dipping, completely undressed and everything, and she's teaching him how to swim.
Okay.
And it's cutting between them and this like exterior shot of the school where you see this spider slowly devouring a moth in its web.
Ah.
And yeah.
Heavy-handed.
Well, yes. Yeah. But
it's Japanese.
At the same time, I was like, oh, okay. I wasn't expecting any form of symbolism really in this. So it was kind of like a nice surprise to see. Like, weirdly, I think that's an image that I will remember from the film. Yeah. Like this big like sections of the action sequence at the end I will probably forget because they do kind of become very noisy. But that little sequence where she's teaching him to swim and they're having a lovely moment, but you see the spider devouring the moth. I'm like, okay, that's probably what I'm going to remember Chainsaw Man wise.
Yeah, it is. It is a striking side by side. But if I was script editing that, it would be. It's a bit on the nose.
Yes.
Yeah, but
is it more on the nose than a man made of chainsaws riding a shark through a sentient tornado?
It depends what you're trying to say, I suppose.
Look at that.
In that case, no, it is on the nose, and that's where it should be.
Yes,
it should be in the brain. That's for sure. Yeah,
and you've got that little. The reason I mentioned the movie marathon sequence is there's like the girl that kind of runs the agency before he meets REZE. She's taking him on a date. And it's like the first time he's ever been on a date with a girl, so he's proper excited for it. Mm-hmm. And she's like, right, we're going to watch 10 films today in the cinema.
Okay.
Back to back, basically.
Okay.
And they do. They watch all of these films. They kind of start with like the big blockbuster where the cinema is packed. And he's like, I'm not enjoying this. Why are people laughing? And he looks at his date and she's just completely like not enjoying herself.
Okay.
And then they watch like more films as the day goes on. Cinemas are slowly getting smaller and like more empty. And he's like, maybe I just don't get films because like I haven't enjoyed anything we've seen today.
Okay.
And she's like, no, she said, I maybe every 1 in 10 films that I see, I enjoy.
Right.
But she said that one film can be a film that like changes your life. And then they go to see the 10th film, and it's this very like intimate little indie drama.
Right.
And they both like cry when they're watching the film. The only people in the cinema.
Right.
And I guess just as like film people, I just thought that was like a nice little moment. Again, like in this film where it's like all this insane shit.
Yeah.
Just having a moment where these characters are genuinely like, not just talking about film, but like talking to each other and being like, oh, well, like, this one that you can go see one film out of all of these films that you can see, and that film can like change your life.
Sure. It's like the Before trilogy.
Is it?
No. No, fair enough. I mean, I just find it the irony of them bonding over this. The film they're in is nothing like.
No, yeah.
That's just funny to me. But
maybe
yeah,
there's an element of that. I don't know, but
yeah. Self-conscious irony.
Okay,
but sure, okay.
Yeah, I think as animes go, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty good. It does have that typical anime aesthetic, but there is something about the animation which I think is like. I think if you were to show me a frame from this, I would recognize what it is.
Okay, it's a little distinct from
there's some. I don't know whether it's just there's a level of competence to it that distinguishes it from others, like a crispness to the visuals, or whether it's just the texture of it. There's something about it which I think makes it stand out slightly more.
Yeah.
And again, one thing that I've kind of weirdly respected about Chainsaw Man is in the first episode, that chainsaw devil that now functions as his heart. It's this like cute little, it's basically like their Pikachu or Baby Yoda. It's this cute little Pokemon type creature that's clearly like, oh, this will be our big marketing, like merchandisable character. Everyone will want to buy a little Chainsaw Devil thing.
Yeah.
And it's only in the first episode.
Okay.
It like, I think it pops up once or twice in dream sequences, but that character does not show up again. Not even in voice. It's just totally absent from the rest of the show. And in the beginning I was kind of like, oh, cool, okay. It doesn't feel like they're contriving a reason to keep the cute merchandisable character around. It's almost like they're following where the story is naturally taking them. So yeah, there's obviously something about the Chainsaw Man series that that resonates with me a little bit because I'm sticking with it.
Right.
But I also acknowledge that, if this is not your thing, Chainsaw Man is really not your thing.
Got ya. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, now I will give you a couple.
Okay.
A couple of fucking...
Of what?
Keeper. There isn't really a premise to this. Okay. A couple go...
Oh, it's one of those films, is it?
Yeah, well, a couple go to stay in this secluded house and horror things kind of start happening.
Yeah.
Okay. I really like Tatiana Maslany, who's the lead, overall. And she does her best, I guess. Also, she has nice feet.
Did we know this about her?
Well, this thing, I'm not a foot fetish guy remotely, okay? Yeah. And I know even making that point casts the cloud of suspicion over me. I bring it up only because I pride myself on twice possessing the perfect human foot.
Okay, right.
And hers are close to that. So.
Okay. So it's not that you're obsessed with feet, it's that you have such perfect feet.
I'm obsessed with my own feet.
Okay.
So I admire other good feet, but I don't get horny over them.
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, okay.
No, sometimes. This was made...
if the foot's good enough.
if the foot fits. If the shoe fits.
If the foot fits where, Sam?
Oh, indeed. Well, the foot wouldn't have to fit, I suppose. The other thing would have to fit.
Oh.
It shouldn't fit, though. That would be bad, right? If it's between the toes.
I've honestly lost
I don't know what
track
we're doing
of,
anymore.
Yeah.
This was made when production on The Monkey was held up, because this is Noel Perkins' film.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. It was held up due to the strikes. And the Canadian...
It's just like, oh, fuck you guys. I'll go make this thing with other actors that'll actually work.
In Canada.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because I think it was a Canadian crew for The Monkey, and they needed work. So Perkins quickly threw this together. He didn't write it. They just got a Canadian guy in to write it, because American writers couldn't do it because of the strike.
Okay.
It's a bland, incoherent drag. Oh. It's just moments, really.
Okay.
A series of moments. Vague horror stuff. It does feel like something they just did to pass the time. When the Coens in their prime did that, we got Barton Fink.
Yeah.
This isn't
we got Pearl out of that as well, right?
Yes.
They went to make X and were like, oh, well,
we like this character. Yeah, exactly. It can yield good things.
Yeah.
This isn't. It had a good, memorable trailer. It was like women looking at the camera. Do you remember that?
Oh, that's the film.
It's that film.
Right.
And the film begins with that sequence.
Yeah.
That's literally the beginning of the film. And that's honestly it. That's like as good as it gets.
Did they pull an Illumination animation on us?
Where they started really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The trailer is leagues better than the film. I'm not really sure what happened in it, and I don't care.
Okay.
And that's my review of Keeper.
Right.
Yeah.
So not a recommendation.
Not a recommendation.
Okay. Is that a shame?
Not really. I'll forgive it. Forgive him because it was like... It's in a way, it's a good impulse. He just wants to work. He was given his crew work.
Yeah.
That's nice, you know? But I'd sooner in a way that he just hadn't, I suppose.
Okay.
But I don't, like, disrespect him now because of it. It's just like... I don't consider it an Oz Perkins film. If he didn't write it, you know.
Okay.
Urchin. So this is about a homeless man. A young, kind of, probably early 30s, homeless guy on the streets. British film. He's sent to prison, and then he comes out and he's put in a kind of a hostel halfway home. And it's his attempts to sort of keep his head above water, basically. It's the directorial debut of Harris Dickinson. He's one of the Iron Claw brothers. And upcoming John Lennon in the Sam Mendes quadrilogy or whatever. He's your typical handsome British actor type with a stunning girlfriend. And annoyingly, this is rather good.
Oh, okay.
There was a very shocking moment early on. It virtually made me jump. It's not a jump scare. It's like, oh, fuck, where'd that come from? There was nothing else that startling in the film, but it only needed the one, you know? There's a safety character to the aesthetic and to the score, that pulse almost.
Yeah.
You know, that like the heartbeat on coke kind of thing. The bleak British realism, it's an even unhappier On Falling, which I think I talked about last episode.
Yeah.
On Falling Further, I call this, is interrupted by forays into the surreal. And those forays can, I think, be accurately described as Lynchian.
Okay.
There's something about apertures, portals, with that desolate soundscape. Under the Skin came to mind too, the void-like imagery with the slightest suggestions of a relationship to the cosmic, and that juxtaposition of almost documentary-like verisimilitude. I could well believe, like with the opening scene, they just plonked Frank Delane on a random street and got him to ask people for money.
Okay.
That's what it felt like. And the dreamlike. They kind of exist side by side. Delane delivers a very good performance. I've read some critics saying that he manages to retain one's sympathy even as his behaviour tests it. That was not the case for me, but finding him pretty unlikable didn't actually detract. It's still a shitty set of circumstances to be in.
Yeah.
I hate his haircut. That's part of it.
Okay.
And it's not a no-bed head. It's not just because he's homeless. Like, that's his actual real-life do. I think it's stupid. Stupid haircut. There were slight evocations of Taxi Driver. I don't know how much of that, if any, was intentional. But there's a passing scene where he's shirtlessly shadowboxing in his flat that brought Bickle to mind. And he destroys his radio in a fit of rage, much like Travis kicking over his television set, you know, severing connections to the outside world. I was also reminded of Surge. In mentioning both that and the Safdies, I don't mean to imply this is a white-knuckle panic attack top to bottom, but at times there is that anxiety of being in the company of somebody unstable.
Okay.
You know? It's a very promising debut, The Bastard. Last note, there was a karaoke rendition of Whole Again by Atomic Kitten, and that was a blast from the past. Do you remember that song?
I don't think so.
You can make me whole again.
Oh, right, okay.
Looking back to where we fit. Yeah. Also, remember Fort Boyard?
What?
Do you remember the show Fort Boyard?
No.
Did you ever see that? You never saw Fort Boyard?
I don't know what you're talking about.
For some reason, when I listened to Atomic Kitten and it made me think of the past, it made me think of Fort Boyard.
Okay.
Which I haven't thought about in probably 15 years.
Right.
You never saw Fort Boyard?
No.
Let's move on.
Is this another one of your, like, oh, have you seen Beetleborgs? A show that no one except you seems to have seen.
It exists though, doesn't it?
Well, I have your word for it.
No, you have the things we've watched on YouTube for it.
Okay.
Think I invented that? I'm not that good. Okay, that's Urchin.
Right.
I recommend Urchin.
Okay.
Wicked for Good.
I haven't seen this.
You didn't have to.
It was a big... Did we end the episode on it? The first one?
Probably did.
No, I think at Megalopolis we ended the episode on.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But it was on the thumbnail, Wicked for Good. Like, it was...
Wicked. Yeah, it's...
oh, sorry, the first Wicked.
Wicked,
yeah. It was like...
Wicked it was the big...
Yeah.
Fight, the last big release of the year that's like, okay, gets his foot in for the Oscars kind of thing. This and that. It picks up from the last one. There was such hoopla around that first one. Like, so much anticipation for the second. And while it's done well financially, I think, it seems like the fanfare is rather muted. It's just happened. Are you hearing about Wicked for Good?
Not really. The only conversation I've really heard is my sister said, "Oh, I can't find anyone to go to the cinema to see."
Well,
it
there you go.
With
Right.
to which I said, "I don't think you need to see it in the cinema from what I've heard."
Yeah. It seemed important that you watched the first one.
Yeah.
Cinematic event that it was. And I sacrificed my happiness to watch that twice because you didn't want to watch it on your own.
No.
It says it all that while it would feel a bit odd not to review this, it fits snugly into a solo throwaway review.
Yeah.
One of the reasons we have two films is because Defying Gravity is meant to bring the curtains down. It's hard to get past it without a break, right? So that ends the first act of the musical. And I don't know how good the second act of the actual musical is, but it's still everything after Defying Gravity, right?
Yeah.
I heard Ben Shapiro, weirdly, talking about a common problem with musicals. Because they tend to abide two-act structures, while storytelling remains intuitively three acts, the first and second structurally emerged into one, thereby making the first act of the musical more propulsive, right? It's definitely a problem here. None of the songs are as good or as memorable as the firsts. It's all less notable, less iconic. Apparently the filmmakers thought that cutting anything would compromise the spirit of the musical. If you want to believe that, over the studio merely maximising profit, that's your prerogative. Either way, now they have to add and pad, with the freshly written tunes, of course, so they can qualify for the Academy Awards.
Of course.
They needed to cut and streamline desperately. The design departments fire on all cylinders, as they did with the first. You do have to be into that aesthetic, though, because it does feel a bit like a hallucination you'd incur by getting gassed on Skittles.
Right.
And it's watered down by the CG overwhelm, which wasn't quite the case before, right? I remember the first one, like, oh, it'd be nice if there was, like, all practical.
There was a lot of it.
But it didn't feel like it got in the way of the practical stuff.
I'm honestly struggling to remember, if I'm being honest.
I don't remember that being the case. Whatever we said about the cast for the first film also applies. Arrivo's fine. Goldblum continues speaking the songs. Yo still can't sing. And Ariana Grande is just not a natural screen performer to my eye.
Okay.
It always feels like she's performing, you know? Arrivo and Grande insisted on recording the vocals live, a la Tom Hooper's Les Miserables, and they employed Simon Hayes, the same sound engineer that worked on Les Mis, for this. The poor fuck. My point is, so fucking what if they insisted on it? They're not the director.
Yeah.
I know they got the star power or whatever, but God, imagine that the director, like, wanted... I don't know if he wanted to do it differently, but like, hey, we're going to do it more traditional. No, we're doing it live because that's a good story for awards, bitches.
It hasn't worked out for Arrivo by the scene, but so far.
Yes, she's been left out.
Yeah.
In the musical, Elphaba enchants Nessarose, her disabled sister's shoes, which allows her to walk. In this, they've changed that to the ability to fly, because they wanted to avoid implications of ableism.
Right, okay.
Let's take a poll of wheelchair users, should we?
How many of you would like to walk again?
Exactly. If we said that walking was better than not walking, would that offend you? No. I do unavoidably like Defying Gravity, but musicals have got to be... They've got to have something special to get me. It's an admitted bias, but while the first one did inspire the occasional eye roll, I did accept it. This one, whenever someone broke into song, I groaned.
Okay.
And the vocal scaling was grating. You know, that Mariah Carey shit?
Yeah. Well, that Ariana Grande shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Worth a miss.
Yeah, well, I was thinking that. I was like, yeah, there's a chance that I might just never see this film.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then I thought, well, what am I losing? Like, because the first Wicked ended with her... She's the Wicked Witch now.
Yeah.
The world hates her. She's on the run. She's got her army of flying monkeys and all that. It's like, what is there left to accomplish?
Well, they got to undo all that.
But why? Because that's what...
Oh, no, the story of Wicked, it's not all leading up to the Wizard of Oz. The second act takes place concurrently with a lot of Wizard of Oz.
Oh, right.
And the big thing at the end of Wicked is that, she's not, like, Ariana Grande's character, like, they become friends again in cahoots, and the Wicked Witch goes off to live happily ever after with Scarecrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, they undo... She doesn't end up as the Wicked Witch. That's the whole... It's like the Wizard of Oz was all propaganda and misleading and all this stuff. They do a different thing with it, you know?
Okay.
Like Dorothy is an off-screen character in the second thing of Wicked.
Right, okay.
So yeah, no, it's not all leading up to the Wizard of Oz. They unpack it and you know. But I still wouldn't recommend it.
No, well, I guess, like, the trap that I obviously fell into was that I assumed, based only on the first one, that was the point of Wicked.
That's what I thought it was as well.
Yeah.
But no, you find out.
And so is that a problem, really? Because I think you could comfortably just watch the first Wicked and be like, oh, I guess this is just a prequel.
You could comfortably watch Wicked and as a precursor to The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, that's good, that's done.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, it's not that.
Okay. But it's also not
There's
worth.
nothing for you there.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing. Train Dreams.
Choo-choo.
Choo-choo. Mugen Train. No, let's not even... I don't want to bring that into this thing. Didn't think you were going to watch this for podcast, but you did.
Yes. Well, I ended up having more time than I thought.
Yes, so you can explain the premise.
No. Well, gratefully there are trains in it. Though less than I would have liked, I suppose.
Okay, alright.
Joel Edgerton.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
He's in it, yeah.
He is the guy, okay. He's a guy.
Robert Granier.
That exists in the old frontier.
The early 20th century.
The early 20th century, so kind of at the tail end of the old frontier, which is the only time that stories about the old frontier ever seem to take place now.
At the end of them.
Yeah.
Now they do.
Yeah.
Because we went through all the westerns.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah, now it has to be the revisionist.
Yeah.
Let's show that it sucked, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is actually wild to think that, like, oh yeah, there were probably, like, frontiersmen that lived long enough to see the moon landing. Or, like
yeah, the
close
20th
to it.
century. Man.
Yeah.
This is, from horses and carts and horses to landing on the moon.
Which was wild, like, yeah, towards the end of the film, like, he's up in a plane, and you can see cars on, like, a concrete bridge, and like, oh, fuck, yeah.
No, when...
Because you look
well,
at...
that's what's it about?
Yeah, we'll get to it, but I was just going to say, it's like, it's wild to think that, yeah, in Red Dead Redemption, someone's lifespan could have taken them to what we now consider to be the modern world.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah.
He's an old frontiersman. He's a logger or a lumber guy.
He's a logger and a railroad worker.
Yeah. So he cuts down trees and he builds shit and everything like that. And it's just like...
It's his life.
It's his life,
it's the life of a man in history who has a wife and child, and then things happen. And, it's based on a novella by Dennis Johnson, which I read after... I listened to after watching the film.
I'm assuming that a lot of the narration is lifted text.
Yeah, and it's the same narrator. Will Patton narrated the audiobook, so they got him to narrate the film as well. And he has the perfect voice to be the narrator.
Yes.
Just has that sound of the old America, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the comparisons that occurred to me out the gate were Kelly Reichardt's First Cow. Did you see that?
I don't think so.
No. And the films of Terrence Malick, right? So not to sound like Alan Partridge, but the angles.
Right.
Achieved with that handheld style. As well as, of course, its focus on nature, very Malickian thing.
Yeah.
And like I said, when we finally see the city, buildings, in the final minutes, it's disconcerting.
Yeah.
So, civilization.
This guy was, cutting down trees and building railroads, and now all of a sudden he's watching the moon landing.
Yeah, throughout the space. It's insane. The film was shot in 3:20 aspect ratio, which might seem counterintuitive for something that's trying to capture the majesty of the natural world.
Yeah.
But instead of sweeping vistas, the images are made to feel like photographs.
Yes.
Right? And that approach is effective. There are some gorgeous compositions in the film. And between that and the beautiful score by Bryce Dessner, who's a member of The National, you know that band?
Yes.
Yeah. The film really evokes memory. Incidentally, The National's most famous song is probably About Today, because of its use in Warrior. It's the last song in Warrior when they're fighting, which also starred Joel Edgerton. So just some weird Kevin Bacon trivia thing. Edgerton delivers a performance that could easily be taken for granted. He's gently devastating in this film.
He goes through a lot.
He does go through a lot, and he really feels like a man of the age, you know?
Yeah.
William H. Macy has entered the next phase. His beard is white now.
It is,
you know?
yeah.
John Deel also features a character actor you might recognise from The West Wing or The Shield. If you recognised him, I didn't.
Okay.
Time keeps on slipping. Felicity Jones does a great job of embodying the one, and the always welcome Carrie Condon pops up for a couple of scenes.
Absolutely.
It's a film that puts one in the frame of mind to pursue the simple life, I think. It has its share of darkness, tragedy, really, but it's just a lovely, pure film.
Yeah.
It does truly feel like a memory of America, like a ghost of America. And it's that, more than the aspect ratio and pervading melancholy, that put me in mind of a ghost story.
Okay.
This is a ghost story, right? But most impressively, as far as I'm concerned, it reminded me of Stoner, which is my favourite novel, thanks to one of our listeners for recommending that.
Good on you.
Good on you. It's probably the closest thing to a Stoner adaptation I've seen. Plot-wise, nothing to do with each other, but an account of an otherwise unremembered life. You know, the transcendent and the quotidian. Revelations are few and far between. There's no capital G, capital I, great insight. Maybe you approach some understanding, but just as you do, your time expires. Maybe there's a brief flash of oneness, but fundamentally life is there and then it's gone. And while I won't apologise for speaking earnestly, I do acknowledge it, because Train Dreams is a film that inspires you to speak poetically, I think.
Okay.
Me, anyway. Toward the end, the narrator reveals that Robert has gone 10 years without seeing his reflection. And when he does, he realises the toll that time has taken. It's a good metaphor for the film, I think. It creeps up on you. When it started, I thought, yeah, the cinematography will be good, it will be perfectly good, but I can't imagine reviewing it or having any strong feelings about it. But as it proceeds, you are lulled, and by the end, you realise just how much of a grip it's had on you. I think it's wonderful.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's like pretty, isn't it?
Is that really all you got?
No.
Yeah.
No, that was because you
I was effusive.
Subtle attack at me by being like, well, I could speak poetically about it.
No, no. That wasn't an attack. That was, when a film like this gets me, it makes me want to write in that way.
Yeah.
And I know you don't have that necessarily that same gear that I have.
No, yeah. No, I mean, the cinematography is worth highlighting.
Yes.
I mean, we've always kind of said that real challenging cinematography is when you're in an unpretty environment and you have to make that
boring looking, hot offices.
Yeah.
The Social Network is my go-to, I don't know about you, for, it's a great looking film and it's all in offices and buildings.
Absolutely, yeah. But this is a good example of why you still can't dismiss nature.
Right.
Because you watch this and you go, oh, there is a difference.
Yes.
Between a film that's just shot in a pretty environment and a pretty film where nature is very much the backdrop of the whole thing.
Yeah, the cinematography will be the salient feature at awards. Like, if it doesn't get anything else, probably the cinematography, because it's an obvious pick. But I think that, in a way, undermines the other strengths of the film.
Yeah.
Which is, it might be its strongest element, I wouldn't want to say, but it's not just a film. Every year you get one film that is really good looking, but doesn't do much else.
Yeah.
This isn't that.
No. Is Ballad of a Small Player that?
Well, Ballad of a Small Player is not a good film, is it?
No, but it's not a good film.
But no, its strongest feature is its photography.
Yeah, to the point where I think some people may even be, with that combined with Colin Farrell's performance, I think you could be lulled into thinking, oh, maybe this is a good film. You could be
convinced. Yes, absolutely, yeah. On paper, it ticks the boxes.
Because of the sheer competence of those two elements. Whereas this is a film that I think it really has to work for your affections.
Yeah.
Because it is such a quiet film. Yeah. And it is such a deliberately unremarkable film, isn't it?
Yes.
Like that's the whole point, is that this is just a guy.
Well, the man is unremarkable. Yeah.
But in a way, that's kind of where a lot of its poetry comes from, is that it's focusing on the unremarkable to kind of show how important that is. What's the line that Kerry Condon says? We need what's the word when you're like isolated?
Hermits.
Yeah, we need the hermit in the forests
as
much as we need the priest in the pulpit.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we need those unremarkable people. Those unremarkable people have their place in the world.
Well, that's why it reminded me of Stoner. The whole point of that book, it's about he's a professor, a little more distinguished.
Yeah,
but a professor of English at just this kind of mid-level university. Gets married young, has an affair that's love is like, but then ends because things have to move on.
Yeah.
Publishes one book that never does really well. And the book begins with, if you go to this university, there's an inscription on one of the walls mentioning this man by name, and that's basically all that's left of him.
Okay.
And that's most life,
Yeah.
And you don't get books about. And understandably, you're supposed to write things about momentous, abnormal stories.
But again,
it's good to have these
moment again earlier in the film where William H. Macy nails these guys' boots to a tree. People that are killed by a tree falls on them. And so he nails their boots to a tree and goes, there you go. There's something to indicate that they were ever here.
That's the thing. I mean, most of us, unfortunately, going to lead lives of quiet desperation, as I can't remember who once said. Not remarkable, not going to really be remembered a long time. That's going to be the case for most of us. So it is nice, taking comfort in, that's okay though.
Yeah.
That's okay. You can still be happy. And
because even given the devastating life that he led, he does have a little moment at the end where he finally feels connected to it.
He gets the moment of oneness.
Yeah.
And maybe that's all you get. But you had it. You had that moment and then you're gone. And when you're gone, you're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a film that feels like what we are saying.
Yeah, and it's a difficult film to kind of it's not the type of film that I would go out of my way to see typically. I'm glad I did, and now I have seen it. I don't know if it's something I'm going to return to, but I do think it is a film worth trying.
It has merit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, that's all I got for it. That's kind of covers it.
I think what you said as well about it's a film that creeps up on you, because I don't know at what point. Yeah, it was like at the end of the film was when I was finally like, okay, yeah, I guess that it was worth seeing that, but I can't. There's no point when I was watching it where I was like, oh, it's grabbed me now.
No, it sinks its teeth in. Yeah. I'd recommend. I know you. If you like the film, definitely read the book.
Okay.
It's a novella. It's not that long.
Yeah.
Okay. I swear, you also watched this.
Yes.
What's it about?
John Davidson?
That's right.
I remembered his name.
Yep.
John Davidson is a man with Tourette's.
Mm-hmm.
And the film is about John Davidson, a man with Tourette's.
Yeah.
When he's a kid and he first starts getting his symptoms and how difficult all of that is for him. And then, as he goes into his sort of adulthood and he's kind of living this life of... He can't do anything because of his Tourette's, because people don't understand...
Right.
Tourette's, basically. And then, because the film kind of starts with him getting ready to accept an MBE from the Queen, which I think does a really good job at like setting the tone of the film.
Yes.
It like waits to play its hand, where he's like, I'm going to do something stupid, and the woman with him is like, no, you'll be fine. He's like, no, I don't want to go in there. It's like, no, you're fine.
Yeah.
And then he walks in, and they all sit down, and there's all this big sense of propriety about it, because the Queen is standing right there. And just goes, fuck the Queen.
Yeah.
Like he has one of his tics.
Yeah.
So it's a film that, it kind of... Yeah, no, he's immediately like,
harmless.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Queen. Yeah.
Yes.
That kind of thing. But no, that's... Yeah, because I think it's a film that I imagine would be... It's a very difficult film to think of tonally when you're from a starting place. Because, like, people are going to laugh at this.
Yeah.
But also, the film is not inviting you to laugh at him.
No, that's right.
At no point is it inviting you to laugh at him. It does a pretty good job of showing just how difficult
it does.
The condition is, and how kind of important, I guess, what he ended up doing.
He became a campaigner for awareness, basically.
Yeah.
Right? Back at a time when we, like you said, we didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
I think had this been made a decade ago or earlier, really, it might have been a breakout international hit like The Full Monty, or Billy Elliot or Pride.
No, it does have that ring of like charming British indie to it.
It does,
doesn't it? Yeah.
Or Waking Ned, which is the same director, Kirk Jones.
Okay.
Also, the Nanny McPhee. So he's a British director. You know? It deserves to be a hit, I think.
Yeah.
Much of it is set in the 80s and 90s. The latest entry in a grand tradition of feel-good with tears along the way British dramas about struggle and triumph.
Yeah.
It's one of those films, right? Billy Elliot is, I think, like a good template.
Yeah.
It starts with New Order's Blue Monday, adding All Right by Supergrass, and moving on up by Primal Scream along the way, and bowing out to Stop Crying Your Heart Out by Oasis.
Yes.
We know where we are, right? But it's a warm feeling. On some level, it's the feeling of home, I think. Incidentally, there's a nightclub scene, and God, how I wish we'd experienced our 20s in the 90s. It's something of a daily anguish.
What's the song that they're playing?
It's All Right, isn't it? By Supergrass. And
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah. We are young, and we're free. Yeah. Robert Aramayo, who plays John Davidson, is terrific. It's a role with a degree of contingent flash, but it never feels like he's gurning, even when he is gurning.
He literally gurning. Yeah. No, it's all very well calculated.
Yeah.
Because I guess it comes with the condition is that they have no control over...
Yeah.
There's some control in the sense that... Not control, that's the wrong word, but like... They tick when they're nervous or when they're anxious about ticking. So that usually manifests as like them saying the worst thing at the worst possible time. Like he meets a character that he's been told is dying of cancer.
Yeah.
And the first thing he says to her is, "You're dying of cancer."
Yeah.
So like there's a slight element of predictability in that it's going to be when they're at their most anxious.
Yes.
But also could just happen anytime.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And I guess, so it's like when you're writing that's like, okay, when do we have him ticking... Like, when it's not important for him to tick.
Yes.
Like, when he calls the girl a slut when she's walking out the shop. That's obviously, like, a plot pivotal... Pivotal? A plot pivotal
I like that.
tick.
It's like, you could pivot on it.
Stay there if you want it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's obviously important that he ticks at that moment. But then there are points throughout the film where he's just ticking because he ticks.
Yes.
So it's, like, calculating, like, how much of that do we do? Because you don't want it to get... Even though the film is about, like, developing a tolerance to it, you don't want to overwhelm the audience. You don't want it to get annoying. And it never did for me.
No, it's never annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. He embodies the role with a beautiful naturalism, I think.
Yeah. And I think the younger version of him as well, the kid, did a good job as well.
Yeah, he's also very good.
Because in a way, he kind of had a harder job because he's there for much less screen time.
Yeah.
and he's having to slowly and subtly introduce the symptoms.
Right.
Whereas our main character is like
fully developed. Yeah. Both he and the film really get across how frustrating and exhausting and funny sometimes that it must be. You even forgive him after a couple of minutes of hitting a dog.
Yeah.
He hits a dog and one was like, whoa. But it's Peter Mullen's dog, and he's like, yeah, listen, if you if you hit my dog again, I'll fucking murder you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, it's not done as like a joke, but it's, you forgive him, you know?
Yeah. There was because early on in the film, he hits Dottie.
Yes.
When they're in a supermarket.
Yeah.
Like, this like woman who's taken him in.
Yeah.
And she's like forgives him pretty much. They kind of end up joking about it almost.
Yeah.
And that's just
I think that's real footage as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the end of the film, that shows that happening.
That actually happens. So there's a niceness to that in the sense that it's like a horrible thing that's just happened, but there's so much understanding between the two of them.
Yes.
That she knows that he like didn't mean it.
Of course, yeah.
But he says to her, "You shouldn't have stood on my right side," and she's like, "Oh, it's my fault."
Yeah.
So whenever characters were standing on his right throughout the rest of the film, I always got
you got
nervous.
anxious.
Yeah,
yeah. I've seen him in small roles, like he plays the young Ned Stark in a later season of Game of Thrones.
Okay,
and as one of the Mindhunter killers.
Oh, right.
In season 2.
Okay,
but on the strength of this, keep your eyes peeled. I would say.
Yeah,
it's a Glasgow set film, so Shirley Henderson is a requirement.
Yes.
We also have non-Scott Maxine Peake, coding from the off that it's a project with a social conscience.
Yeah.
Further crystallised by the all too briefly featured Peter Mullen.
Yes.
A man hardly immune to the social drama. I adore Mullers.
Okay.
Right? He's got such range, capable of portraying a man whose company you'd fear, and here someone you'd want as your uncle.
Yes.
Or your boss, you know.
Yeah.
There's one scene where a few dozen sufferers of Tourette's gather for a talk. That was a spectacle.
Yeah.
It's just a lovely, life-affirming film, and you should watch it.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
One of the true unexpected gems of the year for me.
Yeah.
And a real star-making turn from Robert Aramayo.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be excited now to see whatever he does next.
Yeah. I think my concern going in was I didn't know whether it was going to be charming British indie or, like, depressing British indie.
Right, okay.
And it's charming.
It's charming.
So it's an enjoyable watch, but it also, like, it feels like something you should be watching.
That it's important in some way.
Yeah, there's a sense of importance to
it.
it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And it's a good family. You could watch it with your family. It's one of those kind of films. A Man on the Inside Season 2.
Yeah.
What's it about?
It's a Man on the Inside Season 1, but in a uni this time.
Yeah, it's the private investigator. There's a crime. He goes to a university undercover to find out who did it. I can't really remember what we said about Season 1, but I imagine much of it applies again here.
I think it was generally positive, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I think there was an element of surprise, because I think we both assumed it would be fairly disposable, and it ended up charming us both. We really liked it than we expected.
I probably wouldn't have suggested including it in this episode, were it not for the Guardian's review of it.
Okay.
They still have the power to frustrate. It's the critic assigned to it. You can't really say The Guardian, but they're speaking for The Guardian. Gave it a 2-star review.
Right.
Okay, describing it as despicably bland, inoffensive, and designed to be consumed while people are on their phones.
Okay.
Because that's genuinely a thing Netflix takes into account.
We've all seen the mandates now.
Yeah, right. Here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with nice television, okay? Not everything has to be The Wire, demanding effort on our parts. There's also nothing wrong with inoffensive. Inoffensive is only a problem when you're dealing with difficult subject matter and skirt around it or whitewash it.
Yeah.
Okay. We do need some telly like this. The ecosystem would be poorer without it. Television can be many things, and one of those things is a comfort. I don't watch it, but the fact that the ITV Wales News is on at 6:30 every day is a background reassurance of civilization.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all to say that, yes, while A Man on the Inside may not be as sharp or striking as other Mike Schur productions, it's a cushioned pleasure. It's sweet and funny, mostly on the amusing side of the scale, sometimes quietly hilarious. It has the witty dialogue we've come to expect from Schur, and that heightened sense of humour, but smothered in charm and story, so that it doesn't really register as heightened.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know why it tickled me so much, but early on, Gary Cole, who's playing a rich arsehole, he's smoking a cigar at some soiree.
Yeah.
And the waitress is walking past and goes, hey, come here, sweetheart. And he just plonks a cigar in a glass of champagne with a flippant boom. I think it was how muted it was, but it wasn't boom. He wasn't like being a prick about it. It was just boom. He was just announcing that he was doing it. There's some nice ribbing about the pretentiousness of professors, and sure, some gag reflex, but it is American after all.
Yeah.
I like that it just looks how it looks. We don't need it to be overly cinematic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This season features many new faces, including Mary Steenburgen, wife of Ted Danson in real life.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. And David Strathern, now officially an old man.
Okay.
You know, time keeps on slipping. He's the guy, the English professor.
Yeah.
And it manages to bring back some characters from the first season. It's possible they felt obligated to do so, but they do in a way that's organic.
Yes.
I think. There's a scene where someone runs up onto a stage outside and throws mud over Max Greenfield's Dean. In the aftermath, he frantically asks, what if it's something different next time? What if it's poo? Okay, dumb joke, right? But that's actually the real danger of throwing piss or pies at public figures. It's a mock execution, right?
Oh, right.
You're showing that it's possible to get that close to do something.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk's murder was at the hands of a sniper, but with the campus setting, it was an unexpected reminder. That's why I laughed at this, the fact I was bringing up Charlie Kirk in the man on the inside of it. But yeah, it was eerily like, oh yeah. A small detail that partly illuminates why I liked it. At the very beginning of the season, the dean and provost of the college walk into the detective agency and announce themselves as such. And Ted Danson turns to his younger female colleague and says, a provost is like the vice president of a university. And she responds, I was going to Google it after they left, thank you. How refreshing that it wasn't, excuse me, mansplainer.
Yes,
I know what a provost is. It's definitely more diffuse than the first season. It doesn't have that fixed pace of eliminating the suspects.
Yeah.
It's both a strength and a weakness that it cares about its characters enough to wander off with them. But it all leads to a very nice ending. I'm thinking of with Strathern, with like, he needs to go into the home probably. And
Yeah, of course.
really lovely. That's kind of it. It's just nice and good.
I will say that, because I remember you saying in our review of the first season that you kind of ended up pegging the wrong suspect in the first season.
Yeah.
And I don't think that is to imply that it's like so intelligently written or anything.
No.
It's just that you
don't care that much.
Yeah.
You care about other things.
Yeah. In this season, I think I clocked who it was much quicker.
Right.
But again, it's sort of nominally a whodunit.
Yes.
But it also kind of doesn't, because the stakes are actually much lower than whodunits typically are.
You don't watch it to find out who did it. That's not the point. Yeah, I mean, in these types of things, it's like the charm of it and the tone of it. It's not like the person that gets caught is usually like, I get why you did it. It's all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's never like a serial killer.
No, yeah.
You don't want
it's like
that.
someone stole some property.
Yeah.
And there's like some implications about like, oh, the future of the university is kind of at stake.
Yeah.
But I mean, a good indication is in the first episodes, Ted Danson is told that the college opens in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. So I think in any other show, it'd be like, right, I've got 2 weeks to solve the case.
Yes.
But the 8-episode season takes place over a whole year.
Yeah.
So it kind of like doesn't matter.
Yeah.
A lot of it just doesn't matter. It's like, oh yeah, I guess the students are here now, and we're just going out drinking and like we're doing.
Yeah, it's who cares in the best way. Like, it doesn't matter. You don't watch it. You watch it for the warmth. Of it, you know. So yeah, I'd recommend it on that basis.
Yeah, I suppose I would as well.
Okay, Predator Badlands. What's this one about?
This is a Predator movie from the Predator franchise featuring the Predators. This one is set... I thought this was set on their homeworld, but it's not, right?
No,
it's set on like a different planet.
Yeah.
Predator goes there because he's going to kill the unkillable prey. Mm-hmm. Because he's a runt of the litter and he wants to prove that he has a place in his tribe.
Yeah.
After his tribe has tried to kill him because he's the runt of the litter.
Yeah.
Because Predators... They're not into that shit.
They're not. Empathy is not high on there.
No, it's absolutely not. So he's going to prove himself by killing this unkillable predator. Goes to a planet to do it. Ends up joining forces with a damaged Weyland-Yutani droid?
Synth. Yeah.
Yeah, like her bottom half is missing.
Yes.
Elle Fanning plays
Elle Fanning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like sort of like a buddy action romp, really.
Yeah.
Where he's like wearing her as a backpack and she's constantly spouting like stuff at him and he's like, oh, I'm irritated by you. But like in Predator language.
Yes.
And it's that kind of thing. It's more kind of like a light-hearted take on...
I suppose so, yeah. It's
Predator.
It's basically a predator finding his own family. You know, which is a bit hokey, but okay. The film begins with a quote from what was it, the Yahweh Codex?
Oh yeah,
What are they called?
yeah. I think they Yahweh.
It's not Yahweh. That was a joke. Yahweh is the Hebrew thing for God.
Oh right, okay.
Yaucha. I think
Yaucha, that's it. Sorry, yeah.
And it's prey to none, friend to none, predator to all. I just find it funny that it's not a biological imperative. It's a philosophy. They don't do it because they have to. It's like, no, this is our way of life.
Yeah. Well, no, it's a culture, right?
It's a culture.
Well, the whole driving force of the Predator is this culture that they've got.
Yeah, but that's what's distinguished. So, like in AVP, right, the xenomorph is the villain, understandably in some way, because the Predator is more communicable. Okay, or feels that way anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm more than happy for them to be the villains, as we said in the Alien Earth review. But between the two of them, they are the more morally pure, the xenomorphs.
Yeah.
Like, they are animals. Predators do it for sport.
Yes.
Just something that you'd think with the thing like Predators, like, oh yeah, that's what it does. It's like Texas Chainsaw. We watched Chain Reaction today, which we'll review on the next episode. They're not doing it because they're not doing it for any reason. It's because it's what they are.
Yeah.
And Predators, it's not really.
No.
They do it because that's their like religion.
But
it's
I guess
not, they don't have to do it.
Well, yeah, I suppose. I guess it feels better because the xenomorph will kill anything.
Yeah.
Whereas with a Predator, they have like a code. There's certain prey that they won't hunt because it's not honourable.
Yeah, but they have conscience and consciousness. So an alien doesn't.
No, absolutely.
An alien is the beast.
I mean, that's what they discuss in Alien Earth.
Yeah,
right?
that's
is
the whole
that, like,
thing.
the xenomorphs are, if nothing,
They're
honest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's a janky video gamey opening fight that resembles a lightsaber duel when he's fighting his dad. It was very
that was
like
a bit weird.
okay.
Yeah.
That feeling is replicated throughout much of the following action. It's quite video gamey in general, I would say, with its otherworldly fauna and flora and arsenals of weapons.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some The Last of Us wordplay in some letterboxd review for this film.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also what feel like boss battles, you know? There's a good blend of the physical and CG with the Predators' faces and bodies. I thought that was actually well achieved.
Yeah.
How does Deck talk to Thea and Tessa? I'm sure they covered it. There's no way around it. They would have to.
Yeah.
I just must have missed it.
Which one's Elle Fanning?
Thea.
She's using a universal translator.
We are hearing her in English.
I think there's some bullshit about, like, oh, you hear...
Like the TARDIS.
You hear in your language.
Okay.
So he's hearing in Urchin, but we're hearing it in English.
Sure, okay.
Yeah.
For half the film, Thea brought to mind that chapter of The Ballad of Buster Scruggs with Liam Neeson and Harry Melling.
Okay.
You know, where he's carrying him around, he's like the attraction, and he drowns him in the river when he finds a chicken that can do something. And Swiss Army Man, of course.
Yes.
As it goes, Elle Fanning's pretty good, I thought.
Okay.
Strangely, the alien crossover element doesn't feel all that relevant to discuss.
Is it just a case of Predator mythology is just so...
basic?
Scant.
Yeah.
That they had to borrow from Alien.
I think there's always been that ongoing since AVP, like, oh, are they in each other's worlds? And, you know, we live in the world of the universes now, so... But yeah, besides the fact that they make a little nod to aliens with the exosuit climax, that's kind of it, you know? It doesn't really matter that it's an alien.
And it's called Weyland-Yutani, but you could call it anything.
Exactly, yeah. I don't have much to say more. It's exactly what a solidly decent version of this film is.
Yeah.
But it's unspecial. It's the cinematic equivalent of the Copper Age.
Yeah. I've seen some negative reviews online that seem to be lamenting the fact that, like, oh god, remember the first Predator?
Right.
When it was, like, properly, like, gory and the Predator was, like, cool and now we got this.
Right.
They don't really make films like the original Predator.
No, they don't.
Right?
And also you have Predator.
Yeah, you still have Predator, but I guess, there's some kind of like, I'm kind of hoping that...
Yeah.
Maybe because there's like a guy behind that franchise now.
Dan Trachtenberg.
Yeah. He did Killer of Killers.
Yeah.
He's now doing this.
He did... what was it? What was the last live-action Predator?
Did he do Prey as well?
Yeah, he's Prey. Yeah.
Oh, he did Prey as well?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. It's like, there's like a guy in charge of this now. Surely there's going to be a vision to Predator now. And it, like, the last 3 films have all kind of been different.
Yeah.
But it's a competent blockbuster.
It's fine.
Yeah. I guess, I suppose, if you're really into Predator, it's a bit of a shame that it's like
it would be
diluted.
To me, it would be a weird franchise to be really into. Okay. You know what I mean? It's one good film,
right?
Really, that's it. It's Predator.
Okay.
I know, like Prey has its merits, but if we're going back,
and I think we gave Killer of Killers a decent review.
Yeah, but you know, if the history, like these are all now being viewed in the prism of, oh, we have this Predator franchise, and these are the new things. Really, it's Predator. Like, I know people are going to like Predators too, but really there's one good film. You know? And it's an isolated action film that did well, so it got this little franchise.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been a franchise. It's one movie.
Okay.
It's kind of like First Blood. That's it for Rambo.
Okay.
Not he then is taken out of prison, has to go to Vietnam, and then to
Yeah.
Afghanistan, and then to Burma, and then to Mexico. It's like, no, this is the Rambo story.
Yeah.
It's First Blood, and that's it. But anyway, yeah. So as it goes, it's perfectly fine. But I think it's, and this is something we'll revisit, if not today, then the next episode. Nostalgia getting in the way of actual criticism, like, because sometimes those things you're nostalgic for weren't actually very good in the first place.
I think the original Predator was.
But the first Predator is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is fine.
And okay, The Last Frontier.
It's over, Sam.
It's finished. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's been a long one because we've been watching this as it's been
10 weeks.
10 weeks. Yeah.
Which is a long time now.
Yeah. No, yeah, it is. It's like
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
weird having to just wait for a show.
I prefer it on the whole, but with a show like this, it would have benefited from a lot. But one of those things is probably should have binged this one.
Yeah.
Just because, like, the stuff you have to remember, like, I don't want to have to remember this week to week. Well, it's cold air, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's air con.
But that's the thing. Like, watching that, well, the first half, I suppose, the first episodes, I wouldn't have imagined that I would be saying kind of what we're saying on the podcast now. It's like, oh God, we finally finished it.
Yeah.
Because the show just fucking starts.
It does.
Within the first 5 minutes. In fact,
Yeah.
I don't even think we've hit the 5-minute mark when a plane full of prisoners crashes in Alaska. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, okay, great. This is just starting.
Yes.
And the reason I think that we because sometimes we use that as a positive, sometimes we use that as a negative. It's like, oh, it just starts.
Yes.
I think the reason why it can be viewed as a positive is because it gives the impression that they know what they're doing.
Right.
They know what story they want to tell, and so they know how to fill their time.
Also, if it's action oriented, just start.
Just start, yeah. So the fact you're starting with this big action thing, it's like, okay, there's that projects confidence to me.
It does. Okay, so yeah, a plane of prisoners crashes in Alaska.
Yeah.
And
The Last
The Last
Frontier.
Frontier. And it's such a shame because this should, I've said this before, El Camino should have been called The Last Frontier.
Yeah.
But this got it instead. And then, yeah, local, is he a sheriff? I don't know what he is.
Oh, he's a marshal.
He's a marshal, yeah, okay. Has to round them up.
Yeah.
And a woman from the CIA comes because there was someone on the plane that's like a top tier prisoner.
Yeah.
He's one of your John Malkovich's.
He's 20 steps ahead of everyone.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's them hunting criminals. Okay, Scott Snow. It's never a minus.
No, absolutely.
Co-created by John Bokenkamp, who also created The Blacklist.
Yes.
And it shows, not just that in its early stages, it doesn't fuck about, like you said. Not just its procedural, networky, story mind structure.
Yeah.
Different prisoner each episode.
Absolutely.
It's also pretty stupid.
Okay.
and not very well written. In the first encounter between the cops and the cons, the latter seem to behave like zombies. Or triad goons in a Hong Kong movie.
Yeah.
Or randomly spawning video game
That was a bit
characters.
disappointing because, I think I guess you would have some fodder in a plane crash.
Yeah.
Obviously, some people wouldn't even survive that crash at all.
Yeah.
But what is it, like 52 prisoners or something like
Something
that?
like that.
Yeah, you could get like a couple of seasons out of that. Where you're just following the same, like a different prisoner each episode, but then maybe for the finale, it's like, oh, we've been following this guy for the whole season or for half the season.
You pick 3 or 4 that will recur.
Yeah.
And then the others are episodic.
Yeah, absolutely. Whereas with this, it seems like they're actually just trying to get through the prisoners as fast as possible.
Yeah.
It's like it's bizarre because this is a show, it's 10 episodes, and these are long episodes. They're over
some
an hour.
are over an hour, yeah.
So it's this bizarre mixture of, it feels like it's way too few episodes for the type of show that it's promising.
Yeah.
But it also really doesn't have enough to fill those 10
It's
episodes.
prestige TV length, but the premise is 40-minute CBS, Fox type of show.
Because you do get like a prisoner an episode, and you do get a couple of
Yeah.
prisoners which do last multiple episodes.
Yeah.
Cliff Collins Jr. I think is one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you also like it's mainly just about like that Ubermensch that they're chasing, where he's like, oh, he's the most professional to have a profession.
Yeah.
And then there's all the twists and turns and story, like it's all surrounding that. The prisoners are very much like they're always the B story.
Yes.
Which was disappointing.
Right.
Because there's such a colourful cast that you can design.
You would probably need to have an arch villain in one way or another.
Of course.
Right? But yeah, the way they did it. There's much blur CG, including a moose and a van hurtling through the air.
Yeah.
Which induced wincing.
can you not... I don't know where they filmed it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much budget
Yeah.
they had to work with, but if you're just in, like, the middle of nowhere in snow, can you not just crash a van?
Can you not get a moose?
Yeah, can you not like rotoscope a moose in?
Right.
What was the thing I saw recently where it was like a guy sitting outside a cabin and there was like a bear? It might have been the first episode of Mayor of Kingston.
Okay.
Where Jeremy Renner's like sitting in his cabin up in like the mountains or whatever. And he looks over and he sees a bear just like rummaging through his like stuff.
A bin or whatever.
A bin?
Yeah.
That's a real bear.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my god, a real bear.
Yeah, I know.
And they film it in such a way where like he's not in the same shot as the bear.
Yeah, so they just, yeah.
But the shot that the moose that they have in the first episode of Last Frontier, it's like a flat white. So we'll just take a shot of the moose,
it's the
take
kind
a lot of it, and
it's the kind of
stitch
shot
them together.
you would do to get away with having the actual thing there, because you just do the split screen. And they still did the CG moose.
Still did a CG moose.
We're watching Pluribus at the minute, obviously, of course we are, and we're going to talk about it in a couple of episodes.
Obviously, of course we are.
Yeah.
Real wolves.
But real wolves, real crows.
Yeah.
It's like, it makes so much difference. I think, look, most people aren't going to give a shit.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, it's if I see like a bad CG animal, it's so dispiriting to me.
Yeah.
True Detective Season 4, which had a lot going for it going in. One of the first things you see is all the reindeer. That CG's like, okay, I'm kind of tapping out already.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Because it's supposed to add an element of realism to a place. Like,
Right.
look at this animal. This place has things that live in it.
You don't usually see these things. Like,
Yeah.
I would like to.
Yeah, I still haven't
I
seen
still
that because
haven't.
that's a fucking computer thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The script is infested with B-level action movie speechifying, most notably Jason Clarke's Frank. You don't gotta give me the okey doke. I swore an oath to protect these people and I take that seriously. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's a fine line between action heroes whose badassery is entertaining and grating. This is the latter. Frank is treated by other characters and the show with abiding reverence. He's a man. A humble man, but still a man.
Yes.
They bandy about terms like Sigma Vault and Archive 66 or whatever. It's all rather embarrassing quite often because tonally the show doesn't lean enough into that cheese. Not that it needed to be self-aware, rather, but more playful and taking itself less seriously. It needed to accept its goofiness, I think. I know it was only the pilot twist, but I thought the reveal that guy was Havelock would come much sooner, because of course it's Havelock.
Yeah, of course it is, yeah.
Yeah, he's clever villain, and yeah, the quote is, he's 2 steps ahead, which means we are 2 miles behind. Which just tells me he has an inhumanly long stride. A kaiju stride. Dominic Cooper plays Havelock, and he can be an alright actor, but he doesn't sell genius, ruthless bad guy.
No, he doesn't.
Not here, anyway. It's not entirely his fault, it's the writing. The middle-of-the-road material has been, I'm not going to say elevated, but gifted with a decent cast that are better than it.
Yeah.
Right? Small note, there's a moment where Frank tells his Native American colleague that if he traded a prisoner for his wife, he'd be sacrificing everything he believed in. To which Cochise says, oh, that sounds like some white people shit.
Right.
Huh? I thought the duty and honour and all that malarkey was an indigenous type deal.
Apparently not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, is the red man known for stark, unprincipled pragmatism? Maybe there's something there about, like, the luxury of values, like, oh, we Indians gotta do whatever we can to survive.
Yeah.
Or something. But it doesn't come across that way. And it's silly. And it makes that guy sound like a dickhead.
Yeah.
Then again, apparently, punctuality is a Caucasian imposition, right?
Oh, yeah.
I disapproved of their employment of Len Cohen's Avalanche, so I knew it wasn't sitting well with me. And Fever Ray's If I Had a Heart. Come on, that's done. And Mazzy Star's Into Dust, which is a beautiful song, but done to death.
Okay.
There are at least 10 TV shows that have done that. And frankly, this show doesn't remotely earn them. Not just its quality, but its tone. It's filled with dumb action sequences, dumb relationships, dumb dialogue. It's dad action. It belongs on the almost certainly defunct Movies for Men channel.
Yeah.
By the 4th episode, when you fully settled in, it actually becomes boring.
Yeah.
Which is a real problem when the episodes are streaming length. Like I said, this should have been 40 minutes on like NBC or something. There's a big twist toward the end, and you realise how little you care and how little impact it has.
Right.
And by that point, I'd stopped paying attention. You know, the backstory with her father, the who cares relationship between Havelock and Schofield, the intricacies of the blah. It was a nothing burger gone cold. By the end, all I was really taking note of was the fact that Haley Bennett has a healthy pair.
She does.
And sure, I'm being a pig, but they felt conspicuous.
Okay.
Like the show wanted me to notice them.
Right.
What looks like Alfred Woodard's comeuppance was comically reminiscent of Training Day, where the Hood finally stands up to Alonzo as he tries to assert his dominance. I was waiting for the King Kong ain't got shit on me
Right.
line. Her actual fate is hilarious. Not just the slow motion fall,
Yeah.
but the attached dig that, well, it's because she's fatter than Haley Bennett, you know?
Talk about terrible CG.
Yeah.
That dam does not hold up to scrutiny.
It does not.
No.
All told, though, I think Haley probably outweighs Wooders. What were those key areas?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My initial plan was to stop watching at the halfway point and either ditch the review or let you carry it.
Yeah.
But I persisted because of mental illness. And yet there emerged little more to say.
It's the type of show where what you think at the end of episode 1 is what you'll think
That's exactly right.
at the end of the show.
Yeah.
It's a good example of, we were just talking about Train Dreams, where there's a difference between a pretty film shot in a pretty place and just a film shot in a pretty place.
Right.
This is a perfect example of that.
Yes.
They're in Alaska. There's snow everywhere. This should be one of the most cinematic shows of the year. And yet it's aesthetically boring.
It's boring.
As well.
Yeah.
So much about it is boring. It was like that 8th episode where, end of episode 7, it's revealed that Schofield's in on it and that she's... yeah. That she's also Havelock or working with Havelock
Something.
or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And then all of episode 8 is just a flashback episode explaining how all of that came to be.
Yeah.
So that you still have some sympathy for the characters, even though they've spent the whole show killing people and being deceitful and whatnot.
Right.
And I was just like, how do you still think you have things to show me?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
At like episode 7, it feels like, all right, we're wrapping things up now. And it's like 3 more episodes. I said 8.
3 hours.
It feels like there's 8 more
yeah.
episodes, but it's 3 hours left of this fucking story.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a proper boring, like, were it not for the podcast, I wouldn't have carried on past
Same.
episode 1.
Yeah. Same. Okay, well, not a recommendation then.
Not at all.
Blue Moon.
Blue Moon.
Blue Moon. I felt like I had to do that in a Scottish accent.
Okay.
I don't know why.
We don't have to do the whole review in a Scottish accent, do we?
Well, no, I do.
Okay.
No, I won't.
All right.
Yeah, Blue Moon. What's this one about?
Ethan Hawke.
Yep.
He is a short man
Yeah.
with a big presence.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the name of the guy?
Lawrence Hart.
Lawrence Hart, who was a lyricist, collaborated with
Richard Rogers.
Richard Rogers, and the
Rogers
film.
and Hart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rogers and Hart. Later, Rogers and Hammerstein. Because the film takes place the night...
The opening night of Oklahoma.
Opening night of Oklahoma. Yeah, where Lorenzo Hart goes to a bar and he's just kind of like lamenting the fact that, Rogers has had this massive success with this like populist musical.
Yeah.
And there's...
It's not serious.
It's not serious,
yeah.
you know. He's not like, we need to get back to the proper work he's doing with me.
It's 1943, but just so it's like a period piece.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. It's basically a film where you watch Ethan Hawke talk quite a lot.
Yeah, it's a dialogue movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could very credibly have been lifted from the stage, I think. Which is also to say that it doesn't break the mold cinematically, but it isn't an adaptation. The scribe is Robert Kaplow, who wrote the novel Me and Orson Welles, and Richard Linklater directed the film adaptation of that.
Oh, okay. All right.
As he did with this, so there's a bit of a history there.
Yeah.
The script is wonderful.
Yeah, because it's a film where it's basically real time.
Yeah.
Right? And it covers so much ground while also just mainly being Ethan Hawke talking at people.
And Ethan Hawke is wonderful as well.
Yeah, he's great. This is a really good... Like, he really captures...
Yeah.
I don't know how well he captures the guy, but
Yeah.
he captures a personality so well, doesn't he?
Yes, he must be a shoo-in for a nomination. Possibly a win, but certainly a nomination.
Yeah.
You hang on to every word he says, and he does say many.
Yes.
He deploys a rich torrent of Oscar Wilde-esque epigrams and witticisms. I started writing them down, but it got out of hand. So I reduced it to one that hopefully gives you a good sense of it. I'm always serious. That's why people find me funny.
Right.
That kind of Oscar Wilde type inversion. The supporting cast is more than up to par, playing a selection of real-life figures. Andrew Scott as Richard Rogers, Patrick Kennedy as E.B. White, David Rawle as George Roy Hill, a very young Stephen Sondheim. It was filmed in Dublin, so it features a lot of Irish actors.
Okay.
And for good measure, Margaret Qualley and Bobby Cannavale.
Absolutely.
The pleasure of the film is luxuriating in its language and Ethan Hawke's performance. while there's an undercurrent of tragedy and your heart breaks for the man at the core, it's a warm, amusing, comfortable experience helmed by a veteran pro with one of the finest screenplays and one of the most compelling performances of the year, I would say.
Yeah.
You should see it. I have nothing else to say about it.
Yeah, it's a film that's difficult to...
Yeah.
And I don't mean this in a bad way. It's difficult to break down any individual moments.
No.
Because they flow so naturally into each other.
Script, performance, top tier.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Yeah.
The Chair Company.
Yeah.
What's this about?
Less of what we just discussed. Yeah, there's no point hiding the ball on this one. It's Tim Robinson project, and therefore it's
Tim Robinson.
It's Tim Robinson.
Yeah.
It's totally its own thing. Like, even within his own body of work.
Yeah.
It's very much its own beast, it feels like. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about a man who works at a company.
Yeah. Not the chair company.
Not the chair company. And there's a faulty chair. Is that how it starts?
Yeah, he's like a project manager for a new mall.
Yes, that's right.
They make malls.
Yes.
He makes malls, or whatever the opening. There's lots of dialogue that in this that it's like difficult to misquote because it's so strange.
Yes.
The constructions of it.
Yeah.
But we'll get into all of that. Yeah, he's a project manager for a mall. He's introducing it to like the company, like, this is what we're going to do. And he sits down on a chair and the chair breaks.
Yeah.
And so he's embarrassed, naturally. Like, he laughs it off, but he's a little embarrassed. He's like, oh, I better call the chair company to, like, basically explain what's happened, to, like, lodge a complaint or whatever. And he kind of he stumbles upon a conspiracy. So he ends up, in all of these mad scenarios where he's looking into this chair company and it's, like, ruining his life almost, you know?
Yeah, that's it, really, in a nutshell. To go into all the intricacy, it's about a man trying to find the truth about this chair company.
Yeah. Because that's part of the pleasure of the show is seeing what kind of mad situations they end up in.
Yeah.
And what's nice about it is that typically with comedies, the plot, such as it is just an excuse to get a character to a point where now you can be funny.
Yeah.
There's a joke. Whereas in this, the plot itself is a joke.
Yeah, it's all a big joke.
Yeah. Just the mere fact that they're ending up in the scenarios that they're in is funny, let alone what's actually happening.
It's
beat by beat.
In the best way, it's dumb.
Yeah.
It's just all dumb. But I don't want to say, like, oh, it's fun because it's dumb and it knows it's dumb. It's not that. It's more kind of subversive and weird than that. But it's stupid in a good way.
Yeah.
It's just kind of... It's all a big... We got to the end of the season and something happens.
Yeah.
And it's this big, kind of moment. And there was like a second of silence and I just went... because of, like, God, this is stupid.
Yeah.
But I love it, you know?
This thing, it's one of those shows where I can't gauge how intelligent it is.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Such as its stupidity and such as its idiosyncrasy.
Yeah.
I don't know how much thought and effort went into that.
It's hard to know.
Like, there's a moment where he's, like, frantically thumbing through some documents.
Yeah.
And he just, like, spits on the ground.
Right.
I'm like, was that planned? Was that a heat of the moment thing? It's like a perfect comedic beat, but like, how much design went into that? I genuinely don't know.
It's one of those things where, like, it's probably a lot of intention and artistry.
Yeah.
To create the feeling that they do, which is, do they know what they're doing?
Yeah.
What was that, again, going back to chain reactions for whatever reason? Stephen King said, like, horror's easy, but terror requires artistry. To that feeling of, like, did you see it? That's really hard. And in a way, I think this is probably a lot in a comedic sense.
Okay. This is comedic terror, is that?
Well, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Right? We probably did it with friendship. I don't know how much, but let's talk about Tim Robinson.
Okay.
That could be the title of one of his shows, by the way.
Let's talk about Tim
Or
Robinson.
maybe we need to talk about Tim Robinson.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
So here he is once again, as Tim Robinson. The character of Tim Robinson, anyway. Real T-Rob is married with children.
Right.
It's hard to imagine, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's exactly the kind of person that I would interview binge. I notice I haven't with him, and that must be deliberate.
You don't want to corrupt you.
I don't want to know what he's really like.
Okay. We can't be like that.
He can't be like that.
No.
Have I compared him before to Barry Egan from Punch Drunk Love?
I don't know, so why don't you do that now?
I really felt that here, like him trying to get in touch with the company to complain. It's the same plot, in a way, as Punch Drunk Love. If I had to condense him to a phrase, it would be a man that responds wrong.
Okay.
Alternate title, Ron's Gone Wrong, because his name is Ron.
Yes, it is, yeah.
With his bad posture and alien face or animal face, I just don't know which animal it is.
Yeah.
He's a man that simply isn't right. Right? What's even more unusual about his visage is that he isn't exactly the poster boy for odd looking. He's not an obviously strange aspected dude.
No.
He's just a guy.
Yeah.
And yet, you know?
Yeah.
He's just a fascinating creature to observe. That's the central appeal. The teeth, the veins between the brows, the tortoise geometry, you know? He occupies one of my favourite areas of comedy, which is, I don't always know why he's funny to me. And therein, I'm sure, lies the Marmite of Tim Robinson.
Yeah.
I haven't actually spoken to anyone that isn't a fan, but that's probably selection bias to one degree and cult status to another. Most of what's funny about what he does cannot be on the page. It's often banal dialogue, not delivered with irony or quirk or an arched eyebrow, just him saying it.
Yeah. Oh, that's just wedding stuff I don't care about.
Right. I mean, obviously that's a funny line, but like, a lot of it is just not even... It's more mundane than that.
Yeah.
But it's him saying it. Like Friendship, which is director Andrew DeYoung, the cringeworthiness is established instantly. Ron trying to convince a girl that she has been to a mall.
Yes.
It's not as unsettling as Friendship, but they share a lot in common. Mostly the tone and visual language, those zooms, some frankly dumbass shots.
Oh, there's an anxiety to this show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, there is. There is.
Yeah, it was
definitely.
like... I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if this is a show I would recommend binging or not. Because on the one hand, waiting for it week to week, I felt was a little too long, because it did feel like I was kind of losing momentum with it.
Yeah.
But also, I watched the last 4 episodes in one chunk, and that felt overwhelming.
Okay.
So it's real. Like, I even just watching it, I don't know how to recommend.
What's the right
way to watch it? How do you engage with this type of stuff?
And there's that Robinson rage, isn't it? Like his screaming and breakdown in the street. There's a knife edge between what he's doing and balls out psychotic.
Yeah.
Going back to Adam Sandler's Barry Egan, there's always that simmering. There's a creepy quality to Adam Sandler that he sometimes deploys to great effect in Punch Drunk Love and like Uncut Gems. I'd be really curious to see Robinson do something similar, something dramatic, marshalling his talents variously. There is a strain of drama here, some nice human grounding with his wife and daughter, recognising his pathology.
Yeah.
Tim Robinson is Mr. Nervous Breakdown.
Yes.
Right? I laughed out loud a few times in the pilot, but I had a smile on my face throughout, and that was basically consistent for the series. But yeah, released as it was week to week, one of the core oddities of the show was leaving it and returning.
Yeah.
Because it's the kind of vibe one typically experiences as a totality, you know?
Yeah.
You don't often leave something with this tone and come back to it. The scripts are stuffed with quotable lines, not exclusive to Ron. There's such a specific flavour to that Robinsonian dialogue. So, for instance, you gave me that paper too hard. I can't stop thinking there's metal in my body. And they made me think I could wish things into the world. A lot of them involve shouting.
Yeah.
The last one reminded me of arguably the peak Robinsonism. My life is nothing I thought it should be, and everything I was worried it would become. Because for 50 seconds I thought there was monsters on the world. Great. The core line of the series, I would say, is I'm right about a lot of things that people have zero clue they even know is going on. That's the show in a nutshell.
Yeah.
The nature of the conspiracy about the chairs is great. Weirdly, it reminded me of the works of Vince Gilligan.
Okay.
That detail and specificity. Minor points. I'm pretty sure in his house there's a door to a closet that can't exist.
Right.
You know, on like the right side.
Yeah.
That's the living room. Like, I don't think that can be real.
Okay.
They actually got me with a fucking jump scare in the finale. It was renewed a few weeks ago by the time this comes out. But with a show like this, surely you'd wrap it up in one season. Like, you're not getting renewed. But they didn't. The kudos, I guess.
Yeah.
I laughed, like I said, I laughed out loud at the ending. It's just also fucking dumb and very entertaining. And that's kind of my last word.
Yeah, I kind of respect as well that it's not just the Tim Robinson show. Like, he's not just...
No.
It's not as if there's this totally normal world and then there's just a Tim Robinson dropped into it.
You know, listen, those quotes, none of them are him.
No. Yeah, everyone is a little bit bizarre. And so there are moments where he is jumping between, like you said, on a knife edge, like on the edge of a nervous breakdown.
And the straight guy.
The straight guy that's like, this is so... What are you wrong with you all?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's incredibly difficult to do.
And it is seamless. It is. You
Yeah.
don't. When he's being weird, you don't go, hang on, you were alright a few seconds ago.
Yeah.
You think, no, frustration brings it on, right? And just, he's obviously an odd guy at his core.
Yeah.
But no, he is capable of being the straight man. Like, when things are going fine, he's fine.
Yeah.
And then there's a bit of a twinge. And yeah, no, he's not a duck, that Tim
He
Robinson.
is.
And
But just like, whatever he's doing, just keep doing what you're doing. Just
keep doing it.
Yeah.
yeah, that's all I got for the chair.
Yeah, it's a recommendation. But
Definitely. But
I
like,
also don't-
work out your speed, I suppose.
yeah.
Yeah.
I also don't know anyone that isn't a fan of him.
Yeah.
But there's got to be people out there that think he's just the worst person, right?
But that's the thing, I think cult status probably means they don't encounter him.
Yeah.
My mother wouldn't know. If I showed her, she would hate him.
Okay.
Hate it. Not get it. What are you laughing at? You know?
Yeah.
But it doesn't even cross her radar. So, yeah, like I said, I think the fact I don't know anyone that doesn't like him is partly my friendship group. Like I have one. And yeah, if you know him, you probably like him.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, that's the chair company.
Okay.
Bugonia.
Cough medicine with clout.
Indeed. What's this one about?
Well, it's not about cough medicine.
No,
with
it's not.
clout. It's about Jesse Plemons and an autistic guy I can't remember the name of. I'm sorry.
Donnie is the character.
Donnie is the character. So it's Jesse Plemons and Donnie is the character.
Yeah.
They kidnap Emma Stone because they're convinced that she is an alien
Yes.
sent to planet Earth to ruin humanity.
She's the CEO of a big company.
Yes.
Yes. And that's it, really. They
Yeah.
keep her locked in their basement
So that they can get her to arrange a meeting with her people,
with the overlords.
with the overlords.
Yes.
Despite her constant protesting that I'm
Yes.
not an alien, what the fuck are you on about?
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, it's an English language remake of a film called Save the Green Planet, Korean film from 2003, which I have seen but cannot remember.
Okay. That's actually quite odd because this feels like...
A Lanthimosian.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like something that came from somewhere else.
Well, it's written
If that
by.
makes any sense.
No, I know what you mean. It's written by Will Tracy, who's one of the Succession writers, who
Okay.
also brought us The Menu and, less commendably, The Regime.
Uh-oh.
But this is better.
Yeah.
It's probably the best Jesse Plemons has been, I think.
Yeah,
in a
this
film.
is very good. This like since Todd, this is kind
Yeah.
of the first time where he's felt dangerous to me.
Yes.
And I know to a certain degree some of his roles they're kind of playing on that
Game night.
game night. They're sort of playing on that to comedic effect that like, oh, there's something off about this guy.
Yeah.
But it's nice that they're able to lean into that again and it be effective, you know?
And he's not just an all-out. He's relatable to an extent. He's a guy, you know. He's
Yeah.
not,
While also doing just the like chemically castrating himself and his cousin.
But
It's
he's
like,
not. He's
whoa.
not a sadistic, a quiet, sadistic, creepy sociopath as
Yeah.
he has been in the past. He's desperate. You know?
Yeah.
Emma Stone continues her run of accomplished turns, though this isn't as outstanding as her work in The Favourite or Poor Things. Aidan Delbus plays Donnie. Both he and his character are autistic. I felt terribly for him,
Yeah.
for Donnie. Like, the dynamic he and Plemons shared reminded me of Pattinson and Safdie in Good Time.
Okay.
You know? And spoiler alert, it was genuinely shocking when Donnie killed himself.
Yes.
And upsetting.
Which is nice because I mean I know there's only like two potential outcomes to this. Either she is an alien or she isn't.
Right.
Initially I thought that the more dramatically interesting thing would be that she is an alien. Because like, okay, well the film gets to go to some weird places then.
Yeah.
But then I thought, no, actually I don't think it is. I think it's more dramatically interesting if she isn't an alien and they have genuinely abducted
Right.
just this woman
Right.
who is doing her best to kind of deal with them.
It's
But
one of those things of...
it's like the 10 Cloverfield Lane conundrum, isn't it? It's like that film, those last few minutes where it's revealed that he was right
Yeah.
all along, it does lose something.
Well, it's... The thing with something like this, it's the bluff and the double bluff. It's like... is it Vizzini in The Princess Bride? You know, Wallace Shawn, where he's like, you would have expected that I choose that cup, and therefore and he completely messes himself up by second guessing everything.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's either she's an alien or she's not. Okay, so they think she's an alien. So obviously she's not, right? That's the obvious thing. But then okay, then maybe she is. But then aren't people going to second guess that? So maybe she's not.
Yeah.
And you keep going back and forth, right? So yeah, you got to land somewhere. but we'll come back to that.
Okay.
95% of the film was shot on 35mm Vistavision, which is the most of any production since 1961.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. The score by Jerskin Fendrix has a curious triumphalism about it that I enjoyed. It'd be Plowman's walking from like the bee thing to the house and there'd be, the whole enterprise indicates a director that really knows what he's doing. Having made 3 films back to back, you sense a kind of autopilot with this. Not lazy, not phoned in, just a proficiency.
Yeah.
Because despite its zany premise, this ends up being among the more straightforward Yorgos Lanthimos joints.
Which is bizarre to think.
I know.
Isn't it?
Like its source film, Bugonia is essentially dealing with climate change, the destruction man hath wrought on the planet. The contemporary garnish that's been added here includes internet rabbit holes, online self-radicalism, diversity training, etc. From the off, Plamons emits a vaguely, let's call it mod bro energy.
Okay.
That whole sphere of deer diets and abstinence and purification of the body. No games, no vaping, no whacking it, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the character tosses aside any notion of political affiliation. He's tried the alt-right, he's tried the far left, an ideologically hungry man in search of sustenance, which is an observation I think that's very on the money. The cause, in a way, doesn't matter. Eddington did a similar thing, right?
Yeah, I've seen some comparisons to Eddington because it covers similar ground.
It's just chasing the clicks and all that.
Yeah.
There's maybe something in this some way about misogyny, violent misogyny even. People have written about it. Some have accused Lanthimos of reveling in the mistreatment of women. That isn't something I felt. It was beyond that for me. And, spoiler alert, all of that is confounded by the fact that Plamon's character is right.
Yeah.
Right? It's like weapons. If you're trying to criticise the social evil of the witch hunt, you can't have witches.
Yes.
You know?
But do you think... So I guess this is a sort of question. Is he right on accident, do you think?
Yeah, that one I don't know.
Yeah.
Almost certainly not, actually.
I don't
who
know.
would guess her? Like, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if that's something that the film invites at any point.
Yeah.
There's never a sense of... Because it's not long after it's revealed that he was right. In fact, I don't think it's revealed until after, spoiler alert, Jesse Plemons dies.
Yeah.
That it's revealed that he is definitively right.
Yes.
That was something as well that I wasn't expecting, is that I assumed that the film would hold back the fact that they suspect that she's an alien.
Right.
Until they tell her. So that we're in the same position she is, where she's learning about this crazy theory that they have after she's been kidnapped. But we see them kidnapping her.
Yeah.
And then when she's unconscious in the car, they're shaving her hair off.
Yeah.
And Jesse Plemons just says, like, oh yeah, we need to shave her hair because that's how she communicates with her people, like her alien brethren. I'm like, oh, okay, the film is just telling us that that's what they...
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's just because, like that's what other films do. And it's unfair to kind of notice that.
Right.
It's not, I'm not doing it as a criticism.
Right.
I was just surprised that the film was very upfront with...
Oh, right, that they thought she was an alien.
Yeah.
Right, okay. But that's sort of the setup, isn't it? But that's the thing. This is a Yorgos Lanthimos film. I don't know how seriously you're meant to take any of it.
Yeah.
Right? When Emma Stone's Empress decides to eradicate humanity, the model over which she presides is a flat Earth,
Yes.
isn't it? There's some ribbing going on. There's a Lars von Trier-style tricksterism.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like it's a joke that he's right. Like, he's not... Of course, he's mad. He's mental.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be funny if, like, these internet nutters are right?
Yeah.
Right? It's going to not be taken seriously.
And just that idea as well, that little motif of, like, through the whole film you see planet Earth.
Yeah.
And then it becomes very clear that it's a flat planet
Flat Earth, yeah.
But the film never acknowledges that.
No, you just see her over the model and it's flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's treating it like... The way that we
It's a
treat a
joke.
globe,
Yeah.
the film is treating the flat Earth like that. It's like, well, that's just a fact.
Yeah,
But not in a way where it's like... It's not commenting on it. It's just like, yeah, well, it's a flat Earth.
But it would be it's the equivalent of, like, say, all of a sudden the Queen walked in and shed her suit to reveal a lizard underneath. So it's like, they're right about everything. It's a gag. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I never actually thought she wasn't an alien.
Yeah, I that's why I thought,
Yeah.
oh, actually, wouldn't it be more narratively interesting if she isn't? Because
If she isn't.
I think we're at the point now where that's going to be most people's instincts, is that, oh, well, she is an alien.
Yeah, I think for me, very early on, Plamon says something about her looking the way she does while being 45.
Okay.
And she's like, well, yeah, skincare or whatever. That was the first sign that he was onto something. And I never shook that presumption. But I was like, that is an odd detail to throw in.
Because isn't that older than Emma Stone's actual age?
Oh, she's like 37.
Yeah.
She does not look 45.
No.
And I was like, yeah, that's a bizarre... Okay, yeah, she's an alien.
Yes.
That's it. I recommend it. It's a good film.
Yeah.
That's it, I guess. Like, I don't know what else there is to say about it.
Kind
really.
of peculiar that it's quite a small film in the wake of Poor Things and
Yeah.
He's done his big, like, The Favourite, big, like...
He's done back to back, though. This is like his easier one, I guess.
Yeah.
Probably one I like the most, though, actually, as it goes. I like it more than Poor Things, certainly.
Yeah.
And I like it more than, I can't remember what it was called. Kinds of Kindness.
Yeah, you weren't kind to Kinds of Kindness.
Yeah, no, this is the best one. And this is probably the one he considers the most flippant and disposable.
Okay.
That can often be the case. Yeah, so I would recommend it.
I suppose I would as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a solid cast. Like, it's a well put together
Very well
film.
directed.
It's
good
peculiar,
script.
but not in an abrasive way, I don't think.
No, excessively weird.
Yeah,
And that's it for this episode.
I would agree with that assessment.
If you don't, I don't know what we're going to do about that.
Okay.
Because I got nothing else to say.
Right.
So we'll see you next time.
All right, then.
Farewell.
Bye-bye.